Hi there, I'm Simone Wolf with your JIS News of the Week. Finance Minister Audley Shaw has assured the country's international partners of Jamaica's commitment to the economic program under the Extended Fund Facility with the International Monetary Fund, the IMF. He gave the assurance as he attended the annual IMF World Bank Spring meetings in Washington, D.C. in the United States. The minister discussed a wide range of issues with the IMF, IDB, and World Bank, including financing and technical assistance in the areas of tax reform, public sector reform, and energy reform, as well as other government initiatives. As for Jamaica's agreement with the IMF, Minister Shaw advised that all quantitative and structural benchmarks for the December 2015 quarter were met, and that indications point to the same for the March 2016 quarter. In May, an IMF mission will arrive in the island to review both quarters, since they were not able to conduct a December review in February due to the general elections. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has reiterated that the newly formed Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation is working to cut bureaucracy and fast-track investments on the island.
To put under one umbrella all the critical agencies needed to make decisions, so that the pathway to decision is clear, so that the number of decision makers are lessened, so that from the time of conception to the time of fruition is short and beneficial.
Starting September, high school students will no longer have to pay auxiliary fees. Education Minister Senator Roel Reid says an additional $2 billion will be provided across 2 budget periods to fund the policy change.
So effectively, we'll move the contribution to schools in a range of the current $11,500 to $19,000. What we've said, we are going to meet with all the stakeholders, the principals, and I'm sure they'll have thoughts for the JTA to see how we can model this additional resources, and that the term auxiliary fee and the request for auxiliary fees can in fact be extinguished as we look at other options to ensure the system is fully funded.
Public sector pharmacists this week became the latest group to accept government's 7% wage offer for the 2015-2017 contract period. It's retroactive to April 1, 2015. Minister of State in the Ministry of Finance, Rudyard Spencer, said the majority of claims were settled, including the payment of a transportation allowance.
What is of importance is that the pharmacists, they are not really traveling officers, but they perform a very serious service in that they use their own transport in the dedication to the provision of care to the Jamaica populace, use their personal motor vehicles to transport supplies and provide the necessary service so critical for those patients.
Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton announced this week that he would be setting up an advisory committee to improve efficiencies in the pharmaceutical sector. He said it would require partnership to improve the delivery of pharmacy services.
That partnership and that approach to ensuring that our role is enhanced in terms of efficiency to help you to do your work, I believe could be greatly aided by having some sort of an advisory group that involves members of this fraternity and others to look at some of these difficulties and address these difficulties.
National Security Minister Robert Montague has ordered an audit into Jamaica's capacity to detect and counter acts of terrorism while protecting the country's borders.
We are faced with a terrorism threat. We are faced with a cyber attack, and our borders are porous, and many things are coming into Jamaica not from the recognized ports. And therefore I've asked for that audit and the requisite recommendations, because we have to be proactive. We cannot wait until there's an incident then we react.
The minister was responding to concerns at a town hall meeting last week in St. James. 31 new recruits have been added to the municipal police force, charged with enforcing municipal laws and regulations and the maintenance of public order.
And in executing your responsibilities, you're going to come across friends, even sometimes family members. But remember, the law does not carry color. You can't be partial in the execution of your responsibilities.
The new recruits joined the municipal police force after being trained at the National Police College under a partnership with the Ministry of Local Government. And finally, the Labour and Social Security Ministry has advised that there has been no reduction in the benefits provided by the PATH program. The clarification came in response to concerns expressed by some beneficiaries recently. The ministry says beneficiaries who have queries about their payments should contact their parish office. And those were some of the stories making news this week. I'm Simone Wolf.